Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. In the last part, we finished up the Coil of Bahamut, and it's time for some good intentions. I am most eager to address the Ascian threat. However, we dare not neglect our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that Saint Shiva will not be the last primal we face, and our relationship with Ishgard is still tenuous at best. To think that the resolution of the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Some days I wonder if it was wise for us to take on so many other responsibilities. Lest you forget, antecedent, the Scions need not shoulder the burden alone. Were not the Crystal Braves established for this very reason? True, we are presented with a multitude of problems, however, we have all the resources we need to address them in turn. Arya in particular is ever a steadying hand, who I trust will continue to support the Braves. To what do we owe the pleasure? Have there been further developments regarding the situation in Nolda? As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of their highest-ranking officers was a Garlean agent. Suffice it to say, Teleji Adeleji and his Monitor's ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn the situation to their advantage. Coupled with ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard-pressed. Plainly, General Raban needs our help, and I will direct the Crystal Braves to offer what support they can. If I am to stay abreast of the latest developments and issue effective orders, however, I cannot afford to waste time traveling back and forth. And so, for the foreseeable future, I think it would be best if I were to remain in... let me try that one again. And so, for the foreseeable future, I think it would be for the best if I were to remain in Ulda, unless you have an objection. None whatsoever. We have matters here well in hand. Monbree's research is proceeding as planned. So she tells me, though I'm not familiar with the details. J is poring over his tomes at the Waking Sands, and the others are contributing in their own ways. Alas, the key problem, how to form an ethereal blade, that will remains unsolved. Nevertheless, is only a matter of time. Arya, while we focus on that task, mayhap you could assist Alphanut and his Braves with theirs. It would do much to restore faith in the Immortal Flames. The Warrior of Light was seen working on their behalf. Never forget that your esteemed status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound organizations and nations cannot. As ever, I implore you to do so. Nod and smile. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. Nod and smile. Now that there are preparations I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Riel's latest report. He has proven to be quite skilled at gathering information others wish kept secret, hence why I placed him under my direct command and ordered him to investigate the Uldan riots. When you are finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a favor to ask. If there are any developments on our front, I shall inform you at once in the usual fashion. Alright. I was during that cutscene I was having some issues seeing, meaning good loss is needing a little bit of cleaning here. So, let us, I guess, go speak with Riol. Who is just right here? Another cutscene. Pleasure as always, Arya. You'll be escorting the commander of the Golda, I take it? Actually, I had another task in mind for her. If you'd be so kind as to repeat your report for her benefit. Right then. Me and mine have been making inquiries into the source of the weapons what found their ways into refugee hands a ways back. So it happens we caught wind of something promising. A rather large purchase of sharp and pointed things by a black marketeer hole up near Highbridge. I doubt that this man would have secured such a quantity of weapons if he did not already have clients waiting. Clients that, for whatever reason, would prefer for this transaction to remain secret. seems to mind that merchant what caught an arrow while talking to Arya, don't it? Generous fellow he was, doling out swords and spears to the downtrodden and disgruntled. Which isn't to say that these clans have the same mischief in mind, but if you want to be sure, it might be prudent to intervene before they collect their goods, savvy? Seizing the weapons before they fall into the wrong hands would be for the best. However, if we strike at the appointed hour, we might capture the black marketeer as well as his clients. What say you, Arya? Okay. That settles it. Rendezvous with Captain Elbert at Highbridge and intervene when the exchange takes place. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I must leave for Ul'dah. I expect good tidings. Alright, let's head for Highbridge, which is, of course, Camp Starbone. Hello. Oh, no, another cutscene. Ah, Arya, my scouts have been keeping a close eye on the Black Marketeer, and it would seem that his guests have arrived. It would also seem that he has hired more than a few men to stand guard. Common thugs of no consequence, but they nevertheless pose a threat. But even so, I feel compelled to apologize. This is far beneath a woman of your standing, Commander Levier, and need not have dispatched you hither. But powerful men have need of loyal, able-bodied friends. Having found one in you, it is only natural that he would come to rely upon you without hesitation. Bait and switch. Now then, we should make for the burning wall without delay and secure those weapons. The first unit will ensure that the clans do not escape with me, Arya. By with you, you mean I can jump on my mount and fly there, right? Yes. Good. Very good, because I hate navigating that place. Ah! Seriously, it's terrible. There you are. Hello. I spy the one man, but there are sure to be others. I have a plan. Will you approach the sentry and create a distraction? My men and I will slip past and catch the black marketeer unawares. Once you dispose of the thugs, wait for us outside the tunnel entrance. Any questions? Now let's be off. Good luck, my friend. Alright. Normally you'd have to walk down here. I mean, it's not that far to walk, but I could just fly. Hello. Who goes there, adventure? Damn fool, you should have never have come here. Is it me who shouldn't have come here, or you? Because I feel like the answer is you, not me. But I mean, I can beat you up, no problem. Like so. No? Kill her and be done with it. But how about I just kill you? No? No? Worthless all of you. This ends here. But does it? Alright, back. Oh, not back out. Back down, which isn't really back at all. Apologies. Let us wait. Feeling something in your throat. Jeez. I don't understand. What's this all about? Oh, apparently investigating disturbance is going to finish our quest. Oh, okay. As you can see, this is a fine mess. When I tried to restrain him, he drew a hidden blade and lashed out, but before I could disarm him, one of my subordinates panicked, and this is the result. How foolish of me to underestimate the bastard and to bring an inexperienced recruit. Commander Levier will be most disappointed. Damn it! Golden opportunity wasted! As for clients, though we know not how they slip past our perimeter, at present the first is currently tracking a party of Duskrite sellswords we suspect may be them. Would that we could have enlisted the aid of the immortal flames of the breastblades? Alas, we're here to aid them. They're in no position to aid us. Well, at the very least, we've secured the weapons, yet even now the accomplishment is lacking, for the information we received indicated a massive shipment, and this is anything but. Best laid schemes. I will join the first in their hunt for the Duskwhite sellswords. If the gods are good, we will catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. In the meantime, I ask that you deliver these weapons to Ul'dah in my stead, and trust them to the Third's Yu-Yuhase. He'll take care of the rest. Alright. Dang it, mouse. I swear, sometimes I have my mouse way too low and then I can't navigate on my mouse pad properly. Alright, so here in the steps of Thal. Near the Weaver's Guild. The warrior of light, ever reliable friend to the Crystal Braves. Speaking hard. You have my deepest thanks for your assistance in Coerthas. Now, what brings you to us this day? A cutscene! A gift of weapons from a certain black marketeer, courtesy of Captain Nailbird, you say? Understood. Once you've cataloged the contents, I'll have them delivered to the Hall of Flames. This can't be everything, can it? Real stated with confidence that there would be a far greater quantity of weapons. A blatant falsehood. Clearly, Real is unfamiliar with the ways of Ul'dah merchants who ever strive to present themselves as greater than they are. We should be thankful that this information was not completely erroneous and that we managed to achieve anything of worth at all. It's still something we're celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? Besides, we've got more important things to worry about, like fighting those Garleans up north. There'll be no fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our orders are to stand watch, not to see glory in battle. If you have no further need of us, then I shall take my units to the cerulean processing plant. Time for the fourth to earn their keep, eh? Well, fight well, Alien, for the freedom of all. Excellent work as always, my friend. Rest assured that the Immortal Flames will hear of your contribution until we meet again. Arya, a word if it please ya. Not here. Look for me at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. No need for a whistle in this time, don't you worry. Okay, well, I guess I'll just go this way, because it's, like, decently short. I guess. As it's pouring rain out here. Like, just over here, yep. This seems more private than, or public than we were. Thanks for indulging me request. Few places better than the market for privacy, I find. All the hustle and bustle of commerce means more conversations go unnoticed. I'll get to the point at the Burning Wall. When you and Captain interrupted the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything. Leave no detail out. Well, I beat up a bunch of guys, and then I heard a scream, and yeah. That's not quite how the first told it. These Duskwites they were chasing, latest word is that we lost the trail. But you never saw him yourself? Not before the fighting started, and not after? Something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in me bones. I'm not daft enough to be misled by some merchant's drunken boast. Our information was reliable, gods damn it. I know he purchased those weapons. As if I've never deciphered a moneylender's books or had to follow a transaction back to its source. To plenty of that, when the Braves were getting started, believe me, the commander wanted assurances that we weren't taking guilt from the wrong sort of benefactors. Of course, these days, the money flows like water, and the first and third get the shiniest new toys. Forgive me, friend. I have a lot on my mind these days, and I appreciate you lending an ear. Right then, best get back to it. Arya, can you hear me? This is Tataru. Your presence is urgently requested at the Rising Stones. Please come and see me as soon as you are able. Well, okay, back to Mordona, I guess. Thank you for coming so quickly, Arya. We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. A most, determined lady by all indications. The Rising Chorus. Our guest is with the antecedent and the solar at present. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, shall we? Alright, let's not keep them waiting any longer. Oh, hey, it's her.
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. I believe the two of you have met.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm. Last night, the Dragon Star burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the Dragon Star is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald. Only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Gallian fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Ariange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragon Star portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgard Zorma had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgard Sorma. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept? We knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
To prepare for what, pray tell?
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Forgive me if I state all which you already know, but I would ensure that you understand the nature of your destination. As Oriange stated, what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of the Agrias, former flagship of the Imperial fleet, and the corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction. 15 years ago, as the next step in his campaign to subjugate Eorzea, Gaius von Baelsar attempted to seize control of Mordona. So massive was his force that all thought his victory a foregone conclusion. But an unlikely ally came to Eorzea's aid that day. Midgardsormr, legendary guardian of the Silvertear Falls, burst forth from beneath the waters of the lake and led a host of dragons against the Garlean airships overhead. In what would later become known as the Battle of Silvertear Skies, the Great Worm felled countless airships before engaging the Agrias. In the ensuing battle... Breathing hard. In the ensuing struggle, the flagship's cerulean engines failed and it tumbled into the lake below, yet this victory came at a great cost, for the explosion which followed claimed the life of the Great Worm as well. That same explosion transformed Silvertear Falls into the desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its waters and crystallizing aether for miles around. Yet a remnant of the lake remains, and at its center a constant reminder of that fateful day long ago. In accordance with Sir Amaryk's wishes, our Doman allies have been standing watch over this Keeper of the Lake. It would be wise to speak with them before investigating the wreckage yourself. Be careful, my friend. We know not what dangers await you within. Now then, let's not neglect our own task. There is much to be done and precious little time to do it. Alright, so let's go speak with the Doman Watch in Mordona. So you can actually look out in the distance here, and there is Midgardsormr around the wreck of the Agrias. But let's head over here to where we have a Doman Watch. And hit another cutscene. You're in luck, miss. I was about to send word the Revenants told about the Garleans. Of late, I've seen small airships, likely from Castrum Century, come and go from the Keeper of the Lake. Though I cannot say for certain at this distance, I believe they may be salvaging something from within the wreckage. The Castrum supply lines have been cut for some time, and I wager they're desperately in need of spare parts and other equipment. So it's true then? The Ishgardians honestly fear that the worm might rise again? Well, from here, that seems rather unlikely, but if it's assurances they want, you've no choice but to inspect the corpse in its entirety. Easier said than done, given the creatures which inhabit the wreckage and the aforementioned Garleans who won't take kindly to your presence. They're sure to fire upon an airship, so I advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades to the base of the Agrias and then climb to the top. It's the only viable approach, I'd say. Keeper of the Lake is now accessible. So yes, we have another dungeon within the story. So, let us do this thing. Let's go. Healer, always a secret. Something, something, something. Now if the other DPS will reply, then we can do this. I know there's a "the" in the name, but it's just Keeper of the Lake. The Keeper of the Lake, Keeper of the Lake, whatever. So, it's probably going to be a go, go, go sort of deal because, well, it always is, isn't it? So, we have some crabs here to start things off. And Tank's trying to run ahead, but finding the path is a slight bit blocked. Just a slight bit. Alright. So there is our path forward. We've got some pugils and Sons of the Keeper. Interesting. Dang it! I was hoping to keep my... goblins in here, so gotta watch out for their little AoEs around them. Nonkos, I don't think there's anything with them. But, no. Got a bigger AoE going on. I think I'm missing some of the enemies in my AoEs here. Alright. Our next path forward opens up for us, and we've got a frog! Nyx, whatever you want to call it. It's been a while since we've had one of them, actually. Anyways, yeah, just basic pulls so far. You know, I think you all kind of know the gist by this point. I hope you do. If you don't, well, I'm sorry. Okay. So we're actually already at our first boss, and the first thing you'll notice is there's multiple things flying, some with some little tanks above them. But our main boss we need to fight is the Einhander here. Oh, and we're on the hole. So, just gonna be our basic tank and spank. Got a tonal attack there. I don't know why it's turning. And when it flies up like this, it's going to do stuff with the enemies above and bring down some of those cerulean tanks. So we need the boss to not be near those cerulean tanks. Oh my gosh, seriously. Keeps turning. What the heck? Yeah, we need the boss to be not near them. Because that can be very, very bad. Like, very bad. Like, oh my gosh. Little attack there. By the way, I would like to know, I barely remember this dungeon. I have not done it in so long. So when he sucks them in like that, you want to make sure you are ready on your AoEs to get them back away from the boss, because again, you do not want those tanks near the boss. It's very, very bad. But other than that, as long as the tanks do not explode, it's a very basic tank and spank there. If it explodes, you've got some really nasty AoEs going on. Very likely that people are going to die, and yeah. Anyway, we're gonna start finding some members of the 6th Legion, I guess. 6th cohort? Whatever. 6th Legion, 6 something. But yeah, so we're gonna have to start dealing with the actual Garleans now that we're in here instead of, well, the local wildlife. Just kind of further prove the point that the Garleans have been here. Okay, I already hit my AoE before that thing died. So, that drops an ID key, which we need to use on the terminal. You know, this thing that we've definitely done before, which lowers a barrier. Now we're gonna see some field inductors and some colossus behind those walls, and those colossus are already aggroed onto us. Yeah, so what we need to do is we need to destroy the field inductors so we can free the colossus and begin to start beating him up. Press and void his grand strikes and exhausts and whatever it is, whatever else he's trying to hit us with here. Check away with owie. Oh my gosh. This is like so turny. Okay. Oh, it doesn't mean to deal with this stupid noise again. Isn't it so great to have to deal with Guardians again? So yes, we're gonna have to do that all over again. Because we've got another one, and now we've also got a Magitech terminal, because, you know, it's okay, because they can't let us just run forward and make big holes, and, you know. Oh my gosh. Can we have the enemies back here, please? Thank you. I don't think that was actually intended, but, it worked. I'm okay with it. Bloodbath here. Now that Grand Sword hurt. Okay, can the tank just hold this still? Oh my gosh. Can it just stay still? Oh my gosh. Otherwise, you know, my main character, I primarily play a range job, so, yeah, my headphones are trying to come out. They're jerks. Also, hey, the weather here is gloomy. Gloomy is actually not, like, super common in Mordana, as far as I know. Anyways, we've got a Magitech gunship here. This is our second boss, and this time we're gonna have to deal with more fire. Wow. Shocker. Hey, tank. Alright. So yeah, that flamethrower it does there is a persistent attack, and when it goes off there. Ugh. And then, yeah, so he's gonna go to one part of the arena, and he will put a targeting circle on someone, which will then make it go in a singular direction. Oh gosh, this is gonna suck. Okay. Yeah, it keeps going at the samurai. Partly sucks, but yeah, so it's gonna maybe do it again? No, it's not. Gosh. Oh my gosh, tank, please, butt off the thing! Please. No. Alright, we've got another ad here. And it's going for the samurai again! Jeez. Yeah, so ideally what you do when it's doing this, like, charging thing is you kind of go to the edge of the arena and you get stuck. You click out of the window, because I also do that a lot. I can't get in there. Okay, seriously, tank, can we not have the butt on the fire? Please. Oh, I don't remember him doing this Garlean fire so much. But again, we don't have a ranged class, so the fact of moving around makes us have to not be able to hit him nearly as much as we would normally want to. Anyways, we're off to the stern. Don't worry, we're done with the Garleans. It was just that little bit that Garleans were in. Oh wait! No, we're not, because the Garleans are now up above. We can finally sort of make a big pull. Wow, our first one since the start of the dungeon? Yeah. So yeah, there's gonna be some Garlean ships off in the distance, and they're gonna be shooting at us. Because, well, I guess we finally got their attention. Something about beating them up, I guess. I guess that would do it, huh? So, once we have defeated all the enemies in this area, the ship will shoot open our path. I want to say there used to be a chest on the left side here. It appears to be gone. I'm pretty sure there used to be a chest there. Maybe not. Alright. Anyways, another minor pull. I mean, as big as pulls get here, I guess, really. Don't really have the Garleans to deal with anymore. I guess we do, actually. They just shot at us. And again, they're gonna have to blast open our path to get to the final boss. You can see 2 dragons off to this on either side. Determine how I want to say that. Let's hope they don't pull while I'm in this cutscene. This music, though, I don't want to interrupt it.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet? Thou hast forgotten the face of thy Lord. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
Alright, so we have to fight Midgardsormr at the end. Yes! That is the last boss here. So, come then, thou shalt be weighed in the balance. So this is what I really wish they would do with Leviathan, is make it so you don't have to deal with positionals. Oh my gosh. Receive my breath, and ye shall live once more. So, he is now invincible, so we now have to actually fight this Mirage Dragon instead. So this is the true boss here, actually. We may be fighting Midgardsormr, but we're actually fighting these 2 dragons. So, he's gonna do this sort of AoE like so, where he takes up half the arena, so you kind of actually want to stick around to the middle of it, just to be able to more easily dodge. So eventually, this, an Astrea is going to drop from the sky, and when you defeat it, it's going to drop a magic field generator. This is very important if you want to live. So, hearken me, mortal, and thou shalt know I am a lord. So, by walking into this field, you become invincible because, well, essentially this is a raid sort of thing. If you're out there, you die. If you're in here, you don't die. Let's just put it that way. So, let's go ahead and beat up on Midgardsormr a little while longer until the other dragon comes up, because you'll notice, well, it lost a fair chunk of HP when we defeated that dragon there. Alright. We're at a very awkward place there. So now it's also going to be doing this sort of spreading AoE like so. Oh. Get out of there. And I'm now heavied. Oh, and now there's a persistent effect on the ground. The Mirage Dragon is definitely a lot more annoying than the first one. Just put it that way. Definitely a lot more annoying. It's got the like more AoEs going on, and Midgardsormr is getting a little more annoyed that we aren't dying. Put it simply. So another Astrea is going to drop from the sky here. And again, we're going to want to beat it up because Midgardsormr is going to do a big attack on us that will otherwise kill. You do want to make sure you use it early enough. You can see Midgardsormr's attack there. The nice thing about this invincibility is it does actually affect the the dragon's attacks too, so you can just be in there. Well, let's say that granite rain's going off. You don't have to avoid it. Which is great, actually. Oh my gosh. I keep getting smacked with this because, like, the stink is, like, just off enough that I'm getting hit, too. So, the Mirage Dragon is going to finally die here. Of course, there is also a vulnerability down, which is reducing the damage we do. And let's go ahead and finally do our first blade dance. I think it's the first time we've actually had a level 2 limit break. It's a cloud attack. It's a cloud attack. They left without even opening up the treasure chest? Okay, if I remember, this is actually not a bad glamour. Fortunately, it's Dragoon only! That's actually a kind of cool body piece. And is that dyeable? No! Every cool body piece I see is not dyeable. I'm like, oh, I would love that on my main, but it's not dyeable. Let me see if
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve. Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star. My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn. Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. We do not forget. We do not forgive. Seven children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end. Trickery is thy shield. This frail, noble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee. Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker. Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more. The covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait. Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp. I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth a beginning and an end.
You may summon Midgard Stormer by selecting the corresponding entry within your minion guide under Character in the main menu. So they kind of just drop a minion on you. Just like, poof, here's a minion. I was beginning to fear the worst. Were those explosions I saw? But you should not waste time talking with me. Alphinaud left a message stating that you were to return to the Rising Stones at once. Okay. Let's do that. Praise the 12 that you are hale and whole. I came as soon as Minfilia informed me of Sir Amaric's request. You've completed your investigation of the Keeper of the Lake, I take it? Then I would hear your report. You converse with Midgard Stormer? I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it with considerable skepticism. Are we to understand that the Worm Lord did not perish and has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? Less a resurrection than more rejuvenation, for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Clearly an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Amaric immediately. However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Midgard Stormer in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk. Lest we forget, men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For your own protection and for the sake of our tenuous relations with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelation to Sir Amric's emissary, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now. Is there something you are not telling us, Arya? You seem different somehow. It is almost as if you are missing something. Something important. 12 Orphan! Midgard Stormer stripped you of the blessing of light? Are you alright? How do you feel? I see. It's a relief to hear that you are otherwise unharmed. It beggars belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgard Stormer made mention of a covenant, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear Falls states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm. Althik and Nymea, brother Time and sister Fate, decreed that Midgard Stormer shall ever watch over the source from which all water and magic was said to flow. I wonder, what if this was the covenant of which he spoke, and 'twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Hydaelyn herself? Well, if he is watching over you as he claimed, mayhap you will have an opportunity to ask. Let us keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly. Art thou a pawn, or master of thy fate? What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal?
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale. I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
Whew. The Ishgarians have warred with the Dravanians for centuries, nay, nearly 1,000 years. And all that time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. I was hoping to hold off on taking a drink of water, but I really need it. Yet regardless of how strong these magical wards may be, I nevertheless fear that the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. Though it was not a Midgard stormer who roared, a call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance and pray that our fears are unfounded. Alright, I think that's a good point to call it a video. Yes, we still have more to go in this patch, and this is like the small part. Yeah. You'll eventually see what I mean. So, yeah, I am going to call it there. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing if you really enjoyed it. Consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps to keep being content like this and more. And you can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So, thank you again for watching. And until next time, this is rinimt, staying hydrated, signing out. I should get more water.